and welcome to my tutorial. In this one I'm going to show you how to make Samwise Gamgee from the Fellowship of the Ring. So this is my second video in my Fellowship of the Ring series. In the last one I showed you how to make his three friends, Frodo, Pippin, and Merry. And the only difference between these ones and Sam is that Sam is going to be a little bit rounder. I don't know why Tolkien made such a big deal of Sam being a fat hobbit, but anyways, I figured I should stay true to the character and make him, change the body shape a little bit for him. So this is the prototype body, and I'll show you how to make this one. It's a little bit simpler than my original design, where I had actually two separate rows here. In this one it is just 3 rows, but some are double looped and some are not. Anyway, so go ahead and check the description for the band count and make sure you have everything you need. You also need your hook, your loom, and then beads and dental floss for the eyes. So get your bands and your materials and then come back. So the first thing I'll show you how to do is put the eyes on the band that we need them on. So take one of the caramel hair colored bands and your piece of clean dental floss. Thread the band onto the piece of dental floss, like so. Take both ends of the floss in your fingers so that your band is here and you have both ends in your fingers. So to twist these two ends together and grab your 2 little beads. So these are just little glass black seed beads. If you don't have beads, go ahead and skip actually putting the eyes on. He's so small that if you try to use double looped bands, they're just kind of wrapped bands, they're just way too big and it just looks odd. On Frodo I even made him without eyes because the black beads blend into his hair and he looks more or less fine without them, so that's what I would do. Okay, so back to here, you have both ends in your fingers and just thread the beads onto both ends of the dental floss, and then push the beads down, pull them all the way onto the band. Okay, we're done with the floss. So now we'll start laying the back layer of hair. So just take your caramel bands, and we're going to be working with double looped bands quite a bit in this video, so just be aware of that and how tight things can get. So take a caramel band and we're going to place it diagonally on the first 2. So we're placing one band, twisting it around again, and wrapping it around itself again. We're going to do the same thing diagonally on the other side. So from the center to both of the outside pins. So now we'll just go down with double looped bands once in each of the 3 columns. So you can either wrap it around on the pins like I do, or you can take it in your fingers, stretch it out, put a twist in it, fold it, and then place it around, whichever way is more comfortable for you. It actually depends which column I'm doing, where I do it on my fingers or on the hook or on the loom. Okay, so now we're done with double looped bands for the moment. Now just take single caramel bands and we're going to place them in the center. So from the center, 2nd to 3rd, and 3rd to 4th. And then we're going to fill in the outside shape. So from the center, 2nd to 3rd, and then we'll go from the 4th in the middle to the 3rd on the side. Like so. And then repeat this on the other side. So on the left hand side, 2nd to 3rd. And then the left hand 3rd pin to the center 4th pin with single caramel bands. Alright, we'll place a crossover band, and I'm just going to do a triangle around the 2nd pins on all 3 rows, like so. Alright, so we're going to cap this off. So on the 4th pin in the center, take a caramel band and wrap it around so that there's 3 loops. Like that. Alright, so now we're going to start looming this piece. However, we're not going to loom the way up. So we're just going to loom the single bands. Stop when you get to the 2nd pins. So go in through your cap band, grab the top single band, and loom it diagonally back to where it came from, and then go in through where you just loomed and loom forward just once. We're going to go back in through the cap band, grab that single band, loom it diagonally, go back in through the same pin and loom forward once, and then stop. We'll go back in through the cap band, loom forward 2 times. So you'll notice it's only the single bands that we've loomed the first double looped row. We're just going to leave alone for now. So now go ahead and push down everything without letting it get twisted and stuff. We're just going to push it all down. Alright, so now grab your skin tone bands and we're going to start laying the layer for the face right on top of this. So we're using double looped bands again. So from the 2nd to the 3rd on the outside, twist it around itself and place it. And we'll repeat this on the other side as well. So I did forget, so grab this cap band and you're going to pull it down around the 5th pin. If you need to move some other bands down as well, do that. So I'll show you that again. What we're doing is we're grabbing this cap band from the bottom side and just stretching it down around the 5th pin in the center. If you need to scooch some other bands down so it's not so tight, go ahead and do that as well. Maybe I won't do these ones though. Okay, push that down. Alright, and so then we're going to take another skin tone and we're going to double loop it diagonally from the 4th to the center to the 3rd on the sides. I did rearrange my room again, so I think this new camera setup is not very steady, so I'm going to have to work on that again. Okie dokie, and then in the center row, we're going to go just down with double looped from the 2nd to the 3rd, 3rd to the 4th. Alright, and then in the center again, we're going to go 4th to 5th. Alright, so now this is on top of where we placed the cap band now. So come in from the bottom and use your hook and grab the cap band and just flip it up over the top of the pin and then drop it, sort of like if you were doing a fishtail or something. So this is just going to attach the layer of hair to the back of the neck so it's not like flopping around everywhere and getting annoying. Alright, so now we're going to lay the bands for Sam's shirt. So we're going to switch to our brown bands. And we're just going to do his shoulders. So this is a double looped brown, so take the band, twist it around itself. We're going to go diagonally from the bottom of the neck. We're going to do this on the other side, diagonally from the other side. Alright, and now we're just taking double brown bands. So this is one of the few places where we're going to use double bands. So it's 2 brown bands placed together, and we're going to go down once, 2, and 3 times on the side, like so. And we're going to do this on the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to take gray as well, so we're going to do 2 gray bands together, double gray, and we'll place them underneath the brown and on the other side, like this. Okay, so now for the center column, we're going to use the beige or tan bands. So grab some tan bands, and we're going to go down the center with double looped, so twist it around. And we're going to go 3 times. Just in the center. Okay, and then we're going to switch to gray, our pants color. And we'll go double looped in the center. So the outside 2 columns are double bands and the inside one is double looped bands. So just make sure you're aware of that and relatively careful. And then we're going to close off the body shape, so use 2 double looped gray bands. We're going to go diagonally, connecting where we finished the center and the outside column, like that, and then on the other side as well. Alright, so we're going to make the arms next. So starting out with a skin color band, wrap it around your hook 3 or 4 times, and then take your brown bands and we're going to do a double looped chain on the hook. So take a brown band, wrap it around your hook as well so that there's 2 loops, pull it out behind, grab the cap band, slide it onto, reclaim the end. We're going to repeat this a few more times. So double looped brown, pull it out, pull it through, reclaim the end. We're going to go a total of 4 brown chains. So we're going to do this again, pull through the brown, reclaim, and then the last time. Awesome, so it should look like that. And we're going to place this on the shoulder, so it's the 5th pin from the top. Just place all 4 bands around that peg. Going to make the other arm 4 times. Double loop. Oops, that's not supposed to be. We're going to double loop a brown, not a skin color. One, 2, 3, 4. So if you did make my other Hobbit, you'll notice that it is basically the same design. I was expecting to have to make it a little bit more complicated, but it ended up being simpler when I redesigned it than I thought it would be. So, alright, and then for the feet, we're going to take our skin tone. I'm going to wrap a band around 4 times, and then I'm going to pull through 3 skin tone bands together. Slide the cap band on, reclaim. And then I'm going to do a double looped skin tone, pull all 3 6 loops onto it, reclaim the end. One more skin tone, so we have 3 skin tone, and then double looped, double looped. And then we're going to pull through some pants color, double looped, so we'll go once, and then twice. Alright, so this is going to be placed from the 5th pin from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we just finished closing off the body. So place all 4 loops over this pin as well. We'll make another foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, pull through, reclaim, pull through a double looped band through all of that, another double looped, and switching to pants color, double loop, and double loop, exactly the same as the first one, so I hope I didn't go too quickly through that. So it's going to look something like that. Alright, placing this on the 5th from the bottom, like so. Alright, and then we're going to need crossover bands on the body. So these are just single brown bands placed in triangles. So we're going to do 3 triangles. So underneath where we place the arms, put single brown around all 3 of those pins. We'll repeat this just underneath. Man, that shadow is so bad. And then another brown just underneath that. So it looks like this. Alright, and now we just have the eyes to place on. So find where you place those. Alright, so grab the 2 ends of this band and place them around the 2nd pin from the top of the loom. So now push the eyes, the beads closer to the pins, so if you need your hook to just kind of like scoot them closer to the outside pins. Now use your hook and grab one of the loops that's between like suspended between the eyes. And pull this up towards the top quite a distance, not so far that you're going to break it, but just quite a ways out. And now we're going to double loop it. So grab it, and then the same way that you would do your double looped on the rest of the body, you're going to stretch it out and place it around the same 2 pins again. And this pin. Alright, I'll show you that one more time because I think it might be slightly confusing. So you have your eyes on, so grab the top loop, pull it out, and then twist it. So it should twist above the center pin. So wrap it around the center pin and around the outside 2 pins. So it's basically a double looped band that has beads on it. I did try at first to make a double looped band behind it and then the eyes just on normally, but then the band with the eyes on it just stuck out really oddly, so this is the best way, even if it's a little bit weird to do. Okay, so now we can loom him up. So we're going to go into where the feet are, kind of pull the foot back a little bit, reach in and grab those top 2 gray bands, and they should go diagonally to the side. So now go in through where we just loomed again, so in through the foot or leg thing, and loom the other 2 gray bands forward. Now we'll loom these brown bands forward normally, and then go in through the arm underneath everything, grab those 2 bottom brown bands and loom them diagonally to the center. We'll go in through the foot again, grab the top 2 gray, those get loomed to the center, and then back in through the same spot and loom these 2 gray forward normally. Then we'll go in through there, loom these 3 brown bands forward normally, go in through the arm, loom the 2 brown diagonal normally as well. Alright, so now we'll go back to the center in the bottom where we've loomed the diagonal bands too, and you're going to have to be very careful to grab the bottom 2 gray bands in here and loom them forward, and then we're going to loom forward everything in this center normally till we get to the neck. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. Alright, so there's the body loomed. So now go in through all these, and you're going to have to find those 2 skin tone bands. Be very careful because this is quite tight with all the double looped. Pull them forward and place it back onto itself. Okay, so now this part isn't weird, but it feels a little bit weird. So just because the cat band is pulling things in directions different than they normally go, but you just want to do the same thing you normally do. So push things back and grab the top 2 skin tone. So just push the cat band back as though it were like a crossover band, and find those top 2 skin tone bands, and figure out which way they're coming from. Mine are just coming from straight up. Make sure everything's like clean and tight, that these are pulling up and around without getting caught on anything else. Go in through the cat band, find the next 2 skin tone bands and loom them back to where they came from, and then loom the other ones back to where they came from. Alright, so then we can loom up the center more or less normally, so just pay attention to the top layer and the bottom layer. It's not as complicated as you think it is, so just come in through the 3rd pin and loom these 2 skin tone forward normally, then go in through the bottom, find those 2 caramel bands and loom them forward. Alright, we'll come to the 3rd pin on the sides too, loom these skin tone forward, go in, find the bottom 2 caramel bands and loom them forward, and then loom these diagonal ones at the very top back toward the center. We'll do it on the other side, so go in through the 3rd pin, grab those 2 skin tone, and then go in through the 2nd pin, find those bottom 2 caramel and loom them forward, and then the diagonal bands at the very top, and mine just broke. Hooray. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll grab a replacement band. I'm going to lift up the top 4 bands here. I place this one just wrapped around twice here. Hold it out to the side for a minute, put these back, go in through here, grab those 2, and place them back. Alright, fixed. Yay! Alright, so now we can tie him off. So I'm putting my hook through everything on this top band, top pin, grabbing a single caramel, pulling it up through everything, reclaim the end, and I'm going to pull that loop through this loop, making a slip knot. I'm not going to pull it tight just yet. I'm going to carefully and gently pull everything off the loom. Alright, there is our Samwise Gamgee. So if he is a little bit like curled, what you can do is just gently pull on the loops, like whichever side he's curled towards, pull on these loops a little bit gently and just kind of work your way up, and that'll take some of the curl out. We can also move his arms down, so go in through the top loop of his arm and just pull it up, and then his arm should move down. And then we'll shape the feet, so flip him onto his back and grab a hold of the double looped, or go in underneath the double looped skin tone and pull the double looped band back, and it should move the triple band forward so that it forms his foot, like so. Alright, so there he is. If you want to make his cape, I'm not going to do it in this video because it's literally the exact same cape as I did in the other Hobbit video. So if you want to make his cape, go ahead and go to that video, which I'll have pop up here, and then I'll make a shortcut just to the cape section so that you can find it as easily as possible. And then that is it for this video, so stay tuned for my next Fellowship of the Ring. I might do either Gandalf or Legolas next. I haven't really decided. So keep your eye open for that, subscribe. If you make Sam or any of my other designs, please share them with me on my Instagram. I definitely love to see what you guys make based on my videos. So have an awesome rest of your day, and see you later. Bye.